I grew up with Counter-Strike 1.6. Okay, it's a legendary game and it was there at my toughest moments in my childhood. I could always use it as an escape. But every time I went in and I tried to practice, and I would be practicing with bots, which means I would be playing against the computer, it would be a very lonely experience. We are so wired for human connections that we just want to know that there's another human behind the computer of our enemies. Okay? In the game, we cannot see it. There's no visible difference really. When you play against bots and when you play against real people, on the computer, on the screen, there's no visible difference. It's just, it's the same things. But it was still very, very lonely. You know? If I was on a public server and nobody was speaking, nobody was doing anything, I still felt connected. Why? Because I knew there's another human being behind the computers there. I'm on a public server, even though everybody's here focused on the gameplay and they're maybe too shy to communicate on the chat. That is totally okay. I just felt wired. I felt like I'm a part of a tribe. It was fascinating, and every time I went to practice my skill with bots, and later on with Counter-Strike Global Offensive and the later editions that came by, it was still very lonely when I would practice maybe with bots. It's just so fucking lonely. There's nobody there, it's the computer. Well, that's how I feel right now with a lot of the AI, you know? That's how I feel. It is lonely. There's not another human. You may feel, for a little bit, you may be tricked. Your brain may be tricked because the AI now takes breaths. Whenever you're speaking to an AI like this on a voice, it takes breaths. Like, it takes a breath. And I'm like, why is that added there? I know it's added so it feels more human, but it's so uncanny. It's so uncanny when the AI voice takes a breath. So that's how I feel. But playing with bots, only playing against the computer, it's terrible. Not only about this game, but let's say you play chess. You play chess against the computer is the most boring thing ever. You play chess against another human player, that's way more exciting. All our senses for belonging, for survival, for approval, for the ego opens up, everything activates, and we feel alive because it's a game and we love games. There's a great documentary, I believe on Netflix, I watched it, The Human Playground. It talks about the history of different games, traditions, and just how we love to be connected as human beings. And I know that's very paradoxical considering my channel is called The Monologues of a Hermit. I am a hermit, but I just do understand the value of belonging. Maybe that's why I'm a hermit, because I do understand that the value of belonging most people do not appreciate anymore. And I'm like, I'd rather be alone than with the wrong tribe that's making me feel small.